Jamie Falloon was born and raised on Boland Station. During the time, his late father, John Falloon, was a National MP and Minister of Agriculture. Jamie went to Otago and Canterbury universities and has degrees in accounting, forestry and management. Jamie returned to farming when his father died in 2005. He now farms Bolands with his wife Georgie and their 3 children. 18 months ago, Jamie became president of Federated Farmers for the Wairarapa.
It's 1,100 hectares, 850 hectares effective, balance in native bush and pine trees. And then I've got a leased property across the river, which is 200 acres of flat finishing country. Been in the family since about 1890. The place was settled in 1860, and I'm the 5th generation on the farm. When it grows grass, when we get a decent spring, we grow a lot of grass. It's nice warm country. We face the nor'west, but that's also a weakness because we're in Bideford and it's pretty windy. The wind farm, Castle Hill wind farm, is just supposed to be 4 k's up over there, so the wind blows a lot, so it can dry out pretty quickly in summer. And with the lease block, which we've just picked up next door, which my brother owns, basically just finishing as many lambs as possible and really getting the pastures on that side up and running with good finishing systems. Come on girls, come on. It's looking pretty good at the moment, but we're dependent upon export markets. The currency knocks us around, we don't have a lot of impact on that. Performance has been pretty good. The droughts have been tough though, and basically, it's looking better than it has been, but we do tend to follow the dairy price a year behind, so hopefully we won't see the same sort of drop that those poor buggers are seeing at the moment.
Oh, Liz, g'day, Jamie here. How are you? Hey, just ringing about, I got your message about that meeting we're organising with Team Ag for the regional plan. Yeah, so
I'm doing my bit with Federated Farmers.
Okay.
I really enjoy the challenge which being the local president offers and the experience it's given me and the people I'm meeting. I've always been interested in farmer politics, and I was sort of involved in the meat industry in my ag years ago, and I thought it's time to get involved with Feds, and it happened a lot quicker than I expected to become the president because Paul McGill, who was our previous president, left for a job at Landcorp, so I was sort of thrown into it, and I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, been doing it for 18 months now, and I enjoy it. The big issue at the moment is the regional plan and the new rules and limits and allocation which farmers are going to face. That's the main amount of our work, but there's health and safety regulations, especially with regard to passenger use. Passengers on quad bikes is a big one, and some of the responsibilities about contractors as well. And then other sort of ones is obviously the Depression and Life's a Bitch campaign, and really trying to work on making sure that people talk about, ask questions, see things, and rural suicides is a real challenge, which would be great to be able to do something for that. The environmental stuff is the regional plan, is the rules and limits, and it's really, Wairarapa is a pretty unique place that we haven't had a lot of dairy conversions going on. The rain falls in certain areas, and those areas where the rain falls on the plains have been dairying for 100 years or so. So, and the sheep and the arable guys are on the other side. But we've also been in the hill country, we've been planting trees for 40 years, and so we feel that we're actually a long way down the track of trying to do our bit to protect the environment.
Jamie has his own take on the often quoted urban-rural divide.
I don't think it's a rural-urban divide. I think it's a provincial New Zealand city divide. And, in the drought last year, a huge amount of support from local people about what we were doing, the huge support from the media, talking about environmental stuff and dairy farming, great support from the media, because they understand the importance of the economic benefit which a strong farming sector brings in provincial New Zealand. The challenge is the city, because the city people are so disconnected from it and use environmental and water quality as a way of sort of beating up farmers for some reason they don't like farmers, and that's the challenge which we've got. It's about telling the good news stories. It's about people understanding that we produce food here, and that's our role. It's food, and we need to have the opportunity to explain about why our production methods of food is good. Farming's a fantastic career opportunity. It's hugely challenging, and every day is different. You're pitting yourself against the weather and the markets, and working with animals and stuff, which is always hard, and it's great. And I love being my own boss. It's always good to be able to walk out the door and jump on your bike and you're straight at work and no traffic, no challenges like that. But it is a pretty lonely existence at times as well. Even though I've got a couple of people working for me, you're making your own decisions and stuff like that. So that's a challenging part of it. You've got to forecast the weather. You've got to be pragmatic. You've got to be hands-on. You've got to fix stuff. You've got to look in front of you and try and estimate what's going to happen, how you're going to make your money and stuff. And then you've got to deliver a safe, healthy food product to market. So it's a really challenging, hardest career I've ever done.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.